What the study proved was that we think about ourselves in 10 years' time in the same way that we think about Matt Damon. One of the thoughts that I had, which I do think is somewhat illogical, was my brother and me are very different people. So he was very, very frugal and I was reckless. And one of the ways that I self-justified my recklessness was, well, you've got to enjoy life. And I'm only young once. So I'm only going to get the opportunity to do some of these things that are part of being young once, going to a nightclub and buying champagne and partying, So I thought, yeah, I could save and save and save and save and I could get to, 70, 80 years old and have all this money. But what is the point if I haven't enjoyed myself?
I think it is a mistake to think that you need to spend money to be happy, to enjoy yourself. And the other thing I will say is that it's a lot more useful having money at this age than it would have been in my 20s because money buys comfort, among other things, and comfort becomes much more important to you as you age.
They did a study where they put people in a brain imaging scanner and they asked them to think about themselves tomorrow. Then they asked them to think about themselves in a couple of years. Then they asked them to think about themselves in 10 years' time, and they looked at the brain. And then they did another study where they got the same people to think about a celebrity that they didn't know. I think it was Matt Damon or someone famous like that. And what the study proved was that we think about ourselves in 10 years' time in the same way that we think about Matt Damon. The further away the time horizon, the more it becomes a total stranger.
Right.
And so I was writing recently for a chapter in my upcoming book about this idea that our future self is a stranger. To the brain, thinking about me when I'm 60 is like thinking about Matt Damon.
Right.
I don't know that fucking guy. So why do I care? Why do I care about protecting him? And I think this kind of speaks to what we were saying there is young people, and even me as a young person, kind of didn't really give a fuck about 60-year-old me.
Right.
It's so far away that I don't really care about protecting his interests. I almost think that's a different person. He can figure that out.